Hi, my name is Sky, another Imperial Valley Chat. If you are familiar with my Imperial Valley Chats, I talk about the valley, Imperial Valley, and what's going on, what I think is going on, how I think we can improve the conditions and the economy, and the health situation. I feel that we don't get enough representation in the government, and that because look at the roads system of the Imperial Valley. Oh my goodness, and we're getting less federal funding now, so I'm just really worried and concerned. I wrote a lot of letters to the Imperial Valley Press for the Voice of the People, and hopefully publish some or all of them. And I know that if you submit a lot at one time, they don't want that. They want to space them out to once every one person's letters every couple of days. And I understand that, respect that. But some of the ideas I was mentioning and bringing up is because I came back from living in San Jose. I'm looking at just the way the whole community is laid out. And in particular, they said that San Jose was the lowest crime city, or the safest city in the state of California. Maybe the United States, but definitely in the state of California. And that was like, wow, okay, so how does that happen? How did you achieve that? Because right around the corner, right around the bay, is Oakland, which is considered a very violent place and community. And then in the other direction, going up to San Francisco, there's San Mateo, which has some good parts. I'm driving through it, like some very poor parts as well. And it looked like a lot of crime. I definitely saw a lot of cops driving around. But definitely the thing that really stood out was that just the road network was very excellently laid out. And it seemed that, okay, so from the main interstates and freeways, you had two main roads that would come off of them. One of those would be expressways. The other one would be thoroughfares. Major roads that are like the expressways were basically 4-lane highways that just cut right through. And about every half mile there would be a stoplight, which would connect to a major road or a thoroughfare. The thoroughfares would have a lot of commercial business right alongside them. So where a thoroughfare and a freeway met, you would have shopping centers, commercial centers, or in some cases, the thoroughfare would connect to a shopping center. Now, the other thing I noticed was that the bus systems were able to work with that layout pretty well. But the other thing is that low rent housing and cheap rental apartments were located right next to these shopping centers, these commercial areas. And that really seemed ideal because so from there, if you're going to use the bus, you can get to where you're going to work, or you live right next door to where you're going to work. And a number of the businesses had college students who went to San Jose State and other local colleges working there. So to me, that's very interesting because it really seems to help the economy and just get everybody a job and really just help with the money flow to have the money going that way. And the other weird thing was how to prune your tree, you had to have a certified tree trimmer coming out, and so that meant you had to employ somebody to do that. And what a lot of people just ended up doing was just hiring landscapers who had their own professional tree trimmer to do the work. Now, so I'm just thinking, okay, if that's the layout of the community, and it's pretty much a good grid, and the Imperial Valley is pretty well gridded out, how could you do something similar in the Imperial Valley? How could you create a layout where the lifestyles of people are benefited the most, and the economy benefits as well. And I'm just thinking, like one thing that I really noticed and everybody else noticed, especially in high school, is that, how do you, it's hard to get around the Imperial Valley if you don't have a car. And so that's where I get this notion of, well, what if you had a trolley system in the Imperial Valley? And safety-wise, well, you just have it up on stilts when it goes through a community, so that little kids aren't climbing around on the tracks and getting hit. But then again, hey, you had railroad tracks, going through, but who knows? Or I don't know, like the number of injuries or fatalities of people messing around on the railroad tracks. But if you basically start saying, okay, make it so that you have one central location that people can walk to and easily get to, and people can park at as well. And from that, they can get transportation to anywhere else in the valley. I think that could really benefit, and you just have to really encourage people to use that, because if I wanted to go to Mexico to do some shopping, I just go, I drive to a trolley depot or a trolley station, park my car there, and then make the drive, or ride the trolley down to Mexico, and then hire a cab to take me around wherever I need to go. So I don't know, just different ideas I got. So, but you can also couple that with the bus system, and that you have the bus basically serve the trolley system, because I think then a lot more people would be interested in using the buses. And in fact, like when I see these gated communities and apartment and condo communities that are, they're kind of isolated off by themselves, right next to those places, like, or at least within a block, there should be a bus station or a bus stop of some sort. And if anything, if like places like El Centro needs to start changing how the city's laid out, so be it. But you make small changes. You start working your way, and you say, okay, what is the end state? All right, so how do we start getting to that end state? And you start, little bit, piece by piece. And I think that's how you can do it.